All right, when it comes to our forecast, most of you are awaiting this cold front. It has moved offshore, and perfect timing. Yesterday, we managed to hit a high of 81, so we just missed the record. Over the next few days, we're going to close out the final days of November with temperature readings below normal, looking for highs today to only warm into the mid-60s, followed by a nice drop in those temperatures overnight. What about rain? When does the rain return? I've got the answer for you. The details coming up in just a few minutes. But first, here's your air quality and allergy report, sponsored by Disney's Moana 2, only in theaters, now playing. Oh, I love it. I love it.
Send your sketch to abc13.com/weathersketchers. All right, time to help you plan your day and your weekend. Hey, some people are watching thinking, come on, can I eat outside today or
it's
not?
It's going to be one of those days where, you know, you're going to have napkins flying around.
Okay.
And you're like, oh, let's try to settle that. It's definitely going to be breezy, windy at times. And just depending on, you know, what time you're going to be eating, those temperature readings going to be on the chilly side. Some of you like to get that maybe late lunch, early dinner taken care of. We've got temperature readings this morning in the mid to upper 50s to low 60s, but it's going to be that wind that's going to be problematic. That wind is going to get even stronger as we continue through the morning. 59 degrees right now in Bridgeland. We're already getting a piece of that colder air in the upper 50s right now in the Woodlands. Those temperatures will continue to fall before they eventually warm once the sun comes up. Only you're not going to see a whole lot of sunshine for today because those clouds are going to take over. The wind as well is going to be steadily increasing. We've got 15 to 20 mile per hour winds inland. Closer to the coastline, those sustained winds are closer to 20 to 25 and potentially gusting up to 30. We do have a small craft advisory through 6 a.m. on Friday, so please be careful. Those wave heights expected to build anywhere between 5 to 8 feet. Here's a look at the sustained winds that I just mentioned, gusting closer to 25 in some spots and getting even stronger as we move forward through the afternoon. By tomorrow, there'll still be some breezy conditions, just won't be quite as strong. Temperature readings this afternoon, not much warmer than how we're starting off right now. You'll notice that by this evening, temperature readings will eventually drop off, return in the mid to upper 50s, and then overnight tonight, it is going to be a chilly one. First thing tomorrow morning, check out the forecast for tomorrow. Those of you that are going to be out and about, by 11 a.m. we'll be warming somewhere into the mid 50s, and daytime highs will be running just a few degrees cooler compared to this afternoon. We should stay in the low 60s. As far as changes up ahead, the rain chances are going to be slim through at least Sunday, and then early next week is when we will start to see those rain chances starting to build. We're talking Tuesday, Wednesday, those rain chances at about 40%, courtesy of low pressure that's going to try and develop just off the coast of Brownsville and Corpus Christi. Otherwise, we are looking at a 40% chance of rain, but also temperature readings will be nice and cool the first few days. We get back to work, back to school, and then slowly starting to warm late next week.
Elita.
All right, here's what we're cooking up in the weather oven. The perfect bird. How about the perfect forecast? Not looking too bad. We've got kind of a cold, windy forecast on tap for today. Temperature readings this morning are expected to drop into the upper 50s here in Houston and then warm into the low to mid 60s. And then by tomorrow, we're talking about a little bit of sunshine, even colder, as some of you might be headed out the door. You're going to want to make sure you bundle up, have some warm layers on. Temperature readings during the afternoon on Friday, warming into the low 60s. How long will this cooler weather last? I've got the details, your 10-day forecast, coming up on the other side of the break.
You know what it's all about, right? The traditions, the food, being thankful. As we send it over to Elita, thankful we're not, you know, on the East Coast. Rather, our temps are a lot better.
Thankful for conditions here across Texas, that's for sure, Rita. We've got a cold front that has just moved through. The temperature readings are expected to fall. It's not going to be this cold blast, but certainly cooler than what we've seen in the past. You can see those chilly numbers up toward Abilene as well as Waco in the 40s and 50s. The leading edge of that colder air is starting to make its way across the northwest sections of our viewing area. So up toward the Brazos Valley, those temperature readings have tumbled somewhere in the low to mid 50s. We're not going to get much help from the sun today because the sky is going to remain clouded over. You can see the clouds courtesy of our cameras, our tower camera, Memorial Cam showing downtown. We're at 61 degrees. You'll notice that the breeze is blowing out of the north, anywhere between 10 to 15 miles per hour. Even stronger, closer to the coastline, we're talking 20 to 25 mile per hour winds, 15 15-mile-per-hour winds over Lake Conroe. And you'll also notice because of the winds, we don't have the fog that we started off yesterday morning, and that drier air is going to continue to blow in. Here's a view of the winds around your neighborhood. Not looking too bad around Cleveland, but those winds will be steadily picking up in the wake of that front, gusting in some spots 25 to even 30 miles per hour. Some of the strongest of those winds right now around College Station with close to 30. We've got 20 to 25-mile-per-hour winds from Conroe up toward Huntsville. By this afternoon, you are going to see temperature readings hovering somewhere into the 50s and 60s. So there will be some areas that don't even make it out of the 50s. A lot of those areas will be situated up to our north. Right now, Huntsville, you're at 54. We're projecting highs today only into the upper 50s, lower 60s in Livingston, courtesy of that cold pocket of air. Now, by the overnight hours, temperature readings will fall somewhere into the 30s and 40s. It will be a chilly start to your Friday morning with afternoon highs only warming into the low 60s. And if you like tomorrow, you're going to also enjoy the weekend as we gradually warm up. By Sunday, we're back up in the upper 60s. We'll start to transition into a wetter, more active pattern next week as we start to see the shift in those jet stream winds. The jet stream winds are going to help transport some of that wet weather that we're going to be tracking over the southern parts of the state, courtesy of low pressure. That's going to get flung in our direction. We'll see a few chilly rain showers develop for Tuesday, Wednesday, maybe even through the end of the week. Right now, we've built in about a 40% chance of that rain impacting our area starting on Tuesday. Back to you guys.